Thank you for tuning in to another edition of On the Road to Victory. I am your host, Jimmy Smith, and I hope you're all having yourselves a great afternoon. A little bit after 12:30 here, but we've got some important news. I told you last night I would jump on this. We were obviously in the middle of talking about running backs, going through this draft position by position. Hopefully you were able to check out the quarterbacks and running backs. I will have the receivers hopefully tonight. If not, going to try to fit it in tomorrow. As I've told you guys, my birthday is tomorrow. I've got family coming up for the Easter weekend. So it's going to be hard to try to fit all this stuff in, but going to do my best to get you all this information, get you ready for this draft. But hope you enjoyed that content. But what I've got here today for you is that salary cap space update. Let's go. I know you've been waiting for it. So it's time for me to show you the money. So as I've said throughout this all season, I've made playlists for you guys. I've seen a lot of people asking me questions. If you have any questions on money, go to my YouTube channel, go to the playlist, show me the money, and everything is explained. You want to know certain people's, how much their cap hit is, whatever it may be. We've gone through every single thing. You want to know how Jalen Hurts extension is going to affect the cap? There's a video on that. You want to know if we could trade for one of these top tier guys? There's a video on that. There is videos on everything. The draft pick cap hits. There's videos on that explained too. So I've kept you up to date with all these numbers. I run through these though, because I'm not going to sit and explain in every video all this stuff. But if you guys are ever, questioning what the hell's going on or where I got a number from, do not be afraid to ask. I am here to help. Try to get the media and other content creators to understand how this cap works so we can start getting people headed in the right direction, talking about things that can actually happen. Put them in a realm of reality instead of, hot takes, misinformation. So this past few years, I've done my best. So we're going to keep continuing to teach people how this cap works, how these things work, So I'm going to jump right into it. Any questions you have, though, more than welcome. We are live here today, so let's get right into it. Appreciate you, my man, Sean. Let's go. Hope you enjoyed those videos on the draft, guys. Saw your comments. Appreciate you tuning in, my dude. And Ayo, appreciate you, dude. I'm an old ass man, so just another year, but looking forward to hanging out with the family, spending some time with them. My brother will be coming up from Philly, so really excited about that. But look, hope you guys are all going to have a great weekend. I'm going to have Fan Friday tomorrow, but it's going to probably have to be around like 5 o'clock. Got some plans later in the night. So I'm going to make that post today. You members can get your questions in. Anybody else, you can just tune into the show, get your questions in. But let's jump right into this. Appreciate each and every one of you. But we're here today. We got Kentavius Street's cap hit. So I'm going to show you his cap hit and all of the other people that we've signed. I've been keeping you up to date with every single one of those signings and the people that we've re-signed, restructured, extended. So you can see all of their salary cap hits, what salary cap we have right now. And then I'm actually going to explain it because I've seen a lot of people asking, and there are individual videos on all this stuff, but just keep you up to date in case you've missed it. I'm going to breeze through this stuff. If you have any questions, let me know, but I'll explain the Hurts extension, how that will give us cap space, draft pick cap hits, how much we actually need. You hear so many hilarious numbers. I'm going to tell you what we actually need. And then we're going to talk about the estimated cap space, what we're actually going to have after those moves, because you keep hearing it. Well, you can't because it hurts. Oh, well, you've got draft picks to decide. You can't. You can, and we will. And I'm going to show you how here. So let's take a look at these notable cap hits with Kentavius Street added in here. Street only cost us $1.28 million. So we talked about all of the new players under $2 million cap hits. Holy hell. We brought some people back, obviously, on different contracts when it came to Lane Johnson, Darius Slay. We talked about, the plus 10 mil for both of those that we saved, 15 mil for Slay. Let's go. Then you see Jason Kelsey, Graham Cox, and then James Bradbury. Holy hell. Signing him to that 3-year deal, prorating those cap hits. You see it's only 3 mil this year. So right now, if you were to look up what cap space the Eagles have, we've got about $19.9 million. Well, it literally is $19,976,938. So that is the number you will see. But we all know how this thing goes. We talk about the cap space, get excited for having almost $20 million, and you're going to have Negative Nancy jumping in. Well, not when the Eagles sign Hurts extension. Unfortunately for them, understanding that would probably go a long way. So let's explain how Hurts extension is actually going to affect that salary cap. Whereas I keep seeing you're going to sign him to, a 50 mil per year deal. So that takes all your cap space. No, he's not a free agent. We're not signing him. we're going to give him an extension. So you guys remember when I explained everyone's cap and how, you're able to restructure, extend, cut, or trade. We went through all the players you could save money with. This is Jalen Hurts' contract. So you see his cap hit is 4.7 mil. But what we talked about was you're not cutting him, you're not trading him, but those are all the options and what the money looks like, and we showed those for everyone, for those of you tuning in. But you can see the extension right there. You save $2,635,000 on the cap. Now, you are going to give him a big contract. So what's going to happen is the years down the road are going to have massive cap hits, right? But the Eagles have Howie Roseman at GM. So what's going to happen is you're going to sign him long-term, but you're going to prorate those cap hits, maybe add some dummy years, give him a big signing bonus, some guaranteed money. That's just like buying a car. You put money down on that, you're going to have less of a payment per year. So that's what you have to look at, these guarantees, these signing bonuses, things that are going to be added into his contract. But the other thing people seem to, fail to realize is there's going to be things added in where during those years where he's got massive cap hits, you're going to be able to restructure. You're going to be able to save cap space. And the Eagles are very well aware of that, and they know how that stuff works. It's hilarious to see that other people try to explain it that don't even know how the cap works. So it would go a long way for them to see that we actually save money when extending Jalen Hurts. So I was showing you that there, but if you have any questions about it, feel free to ask. There is a video literally breaking all of that down. So go check that out. Turning 33. Let's go. I will be 37 tomorrow. Today's my last day. It's 36. And I was talking to my brother yesterday. I'm like, dude, I'm going to be 40 in a few years. And look, I'm blessed, almost died a few years ago. So I'm happy to be here, but it's like, holy, time's flying, man. Time's flying. So once you hit 30, I think time it keeps going, dude. But appreciate you tuning in, Liz. And look, I will do my best. It's probably going to be around 5 o'clock tomorrow for Fan Friday. Going to try to get the receivers out tonight. If not tomorrow, it's just so much family members trying to see me and doing things. And I'm going to do my best to keep giving you that content while I can. But let's keep this train moving. Now, the next thing people are going to say is, well, you don't have cap space because of your draft picks. You have to have $10 million. Well, also incorrect. So let's break this down. And one of the things is, people look at, we only have 6 draft picks. But then they start taking, if they know the numbers, if, they've gotten that far, they take those numbers and then they're subtracting it from the salary cap. And they're saying, we need 9, we need 10 million, we need 8 million. That's great. Only problem is you're not doing that. What you're doing is you're subtracting those draft picks that actually have salary caps that affect ours. So you know how the salary cap works, right? It's the top 51 cap hits. That's the cap. That is your salary cap. That's what it's based off of, the top 51. So let's take a look at these draft picks. So we've got 6 picks, but that 4th pick we have is only like 947 some thousand. Now, the 51st contract on our salary cap is over that. So therefore, it does not affect our salary cap. So what you're looking at here is if the Eagles stand still. Now, you've heard me say it on every show. I still feel that the Eagles will definitely try to possibly trade back, a lot of these things will change. So keep in mind, these are the numbers with pick 10, 30, and 62. And this is including 94 and the 2 7th-round picks too, but they do not affect the salary cap. Do not listen to people telling you that, because they do not. So you're taking those 3 numbers, okay? Now, you've got a total of $7,434,591. That is not, you're not subtracting that number from the salary cap. What you're doing is you're replacing it with those bottom 3. So you had 2 that were at 940,000, and then that 947,501 that we talked about, that is also one of those. So you're subtracting those from that 7 mil to get the difference there. You want to know how much you actually need for those draft picks. So you see that 4.6 mil there. So now we know Jalen Hurts extension cap savings. We know how much the draft picks are going to cost us if we stand still. So keep in mind, I'm sure that's going to change a little bit, but you can grasp how much, draft picks actually cost by looking at that. So where we trade is obviously going to depend on things. If we stay still, it'll be that. So, but that's how those things work. And that is how I'm able to give you that estimation. And a lot of people keep asking this. I'm just making these numbers up. No, man. I'm explaining it into detail, and I'm actually making individual videos for each one of those. So if you want it further explained, go check those videos out. But hopefully this was able to give you the information you needed so you can see how I come up with a number that the Eagles will have $18 million still to spend on whatever the hell they want. So you see that we're at that 19.9 mil that we started with. You're adding that 2.6 from Hurts, but you are subtracting that 4.6 from those draft pick cap hits. So you now see that the Eagles have $18,005,047 in cap space, and that's after Hurts extension, after they sign their draft pick. So they want to trade for Jeffrey Simmons. Go check that video out. You can see his contract, how you could trade for him, extend him. You want to stay put, add some talent, sign somebody, have an ass load of money in case you want to trade for somebody midseason. Whatever you want to do, the Eagles can do whatever they want to do. So don't listen to those people saying the Eagles don't have cap space or, have to sign your draft picks. Yes, you do. And so does every other team. But understanding the salary cap would go a long way for those people trying to bring that negativity toward the Philadelphia Eagles and Howie Roseman. So they'll learn soon enough. Until then, they're going to keep hating. I'm going to keep educating. But look, time is definitely flying. And once I hit 30, dude, it didn't stop. Now, clearly almost dying threw me a curveball. Corona definitely took some years, I felt like. So everything's just been kind of a blur in my 30s. So it's nuts. But hey, I'm still here. So I'm blessed. I've lost so many people. So I got to just be grateful I'm here. Grateful I have you guys, have my family. And it's all I could ask for. So let's keep building this bad boy. Let's get the information out there that the people need to hear. I appreciate that, my man Seamus. And again, to anybody who missed it, Fan Friday is going to be a little bit early tomorrow, probably around like 4 or 5 o'clock. I'm going to try to get it in. And probably only going to be a half hour. I got a very busy weekend, but I'm going to get the wide receivers, the tight ends, offensive line out to you as quick as I can. And then we're going to be jumping into the defense. But if you've missed any of those draft shows, go back, check them out. We've got the quarterbacks and running backs done. And I'd love to hear your thoughts. Who do you like? Where do you think the Eagles should be looking? How do you feel about what they have at those positions already? But whatever's on your mind, I'd love to hear it. If you have any questions about the cap, feel free to reach out. You can ask down below. If you're watching this later, I would love to hear your thoughts on this. But if I'm not back tonight with those receivers, it'll be receivers and Fan Friday tomorrow for the birthday. So it's just how it's going to have to be. So probably going to be some early shows tomorrow. But if you hit that subscribe button, turn that notification bell on, little jingle dingle, then you'll know when we're jumping in here talking some birds. But until next time, I am Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. Hope you all have yourselves a great night. If I don't talk to you, have yourselves a very happy Easter. But stay safe out there. And as always, go Birds!